What's happening, y'all? It's Friday, you get paid, and I'm gonna teach you how to spend it. In this podcast today, however you getting it, Apple, YouTube, I'm gonna talk a little bit about presidential elections, the economy. I'm gonna talk about cars, and I'm gonna also talk about some things that big tech companies are investing in, right? So I'm gonna get into it because you know what I'm saying. What made me think about this topic, to be real, was I was at my barber yesterday, and you know what I'm saying. I mess with dude heavy. I followed him to three different shops. You know what I'm saying. So I stick with him. You know what I'm saying. Real stand up dude. But we was watching the debates and all of that. You know what I'm saying. We was watching the debates while I was in the chair, and he all hyped about the president and they going this one gonna fix this and we got to open our eyes and all of that. And and he was like, well, of course he was talking about, black people, we traditionally vote for Democrat, but what's important is who's gonna fix this economy, right? So it hit me right away when he said fix this economy, right? So the thing with that statement is the economy, there's nothing wrong with the economy itself. But the problem is the consumer. The problem is the person in the economy, right? So I'm gonna give y'all a little bit of stats to tell you or show you how good the economy is, because the president don't really affect the economy all that much. The Federal Reserve, if you could vote for whoever is the chairman of the Federal Reserve, that's probably more important. you know Making sure your household and your paycheck and what I'm saying, your own money is in order. That's going to help the economy. But in America, we are like greedy. We always want more, 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 more. You know what I'm saying? As soon as a season of power is over, we want the next one to drop right away. You know what I'm saying? So we always want more. So our economy will always be strong because we're naturally, as Americans, we want more. We're greedy. Big Mac, big size. Let me get the large. You know what I'm saying? We always want more. So that's why our economy will always thrive. So I want to show y'all some things to show you that, you know what I'm saying, the economy isn't all that bad, even though we out here struggling. So I'm gonna pull up the consumer price index last report, right? Now I don't know how well y'all can see this, but the consumer price index, that's basically, you know what I'm saying, it tracks the spending. And the CPI in the United States increased 315.3 points in September from 314.8. Okay. So CPI is increasing. So let me pull up another stat, you know what I'm saying, just to show y'all that the economy is actually doing well. So now we're gonna look at the jobs report, right? Jobs fuel the economy. The more people working, the more, you know what I'm saying, money people got to spend. Payroll surge. This is in September. We in October now. Payroll surge by 254 in September, up from a revised 159 in August. Better than the 150 the Dow Jones forecast. So the job report's better. CPI is better. Let me show y'all one more thing. Y'all know I'm a stock market dude. So I'm gonna show y'all the stock market. So what I'm gonna show you now is the VTI, which is the total stock market index. If you don't know anything about reading charts or any of that, all this is really telling you, these charts going up is basically saying the stock market is going up. This is on a monthly time frame, so each one of those candles are a month. And we've been going up like crazy. So the stock market is going up, CPI is improving, inflation is coming down. The economy is pretty well. Economy seem to be doing a-okay, in my opinion. So that's that's my opinion on it. It's important to vote. Of course, you got to vote. But in my opinion, blaming the president for the economy, to be real, we more the one to blame because they don't have a reason to drop interest rates heavy. For what? If Jordans, think about your most, your favorite item. You know what I'm saying? If you get Jordans every time they drop, if Jordans go up to 1,500 a pair, you gonna swipe the credit card regardless. That's in our nature as Americans. So they don't have a reason to drop. You know what I'm saying? Let's fix this economy over a slow pace. They gonna keep spending their money. We ain't got no reason to drop it. They gonna, you know what I'm saying? They gonna live above their means regardless on how hard it is out here. So you got to take steps to fix that and change that yourself. You know what I'm saying? Get you a hustle, start a business, work two, three, four jobs, whatever it is, but you got to outpace inflation. You got to be your own government. You got to be, you know what I'm saying? You got to be the provider of your family, change your legacy, whatever it is you're trying to do with your money. Donald Trump and Harris, it, they really irrelevant in regards to that. I mentioned in my one of my previous podcasts, I check stats, you know what I'm saying? And I'm not really political like that. I don't be watching these, you know what I'm saying? I get out there and vote, but I'm more look for local voting, you know what I'm saying? I care more about what's going on in Georgia, or you know what I'm saying, the people around the president, like the Senate, and I care more about stuff like that. But I do vote still. But I mentioned in one of my previous podcasts, man, and the Democratic Party has grown the economy better than the Republican Party year after year. When you compare one to the next one, I mean, like the previous Republican with the most recent Democrat, I looked it up online and it looked like the economy has improved every time over a Democrat. You know what I'm saying? But that's just history. That don't always mean that things will continue to go the same way. All right. So as you can see, the stock market has been going up, man. If you are not invested in the stock market, I'm going to hit you across the head until you invest in the stock market, because you letting wealth build without you. All right. So I mentioned earlier, going back to the economy, right? So you have to know what is an asset and what is a liability, right? You got people out here. I heard from somebody pulling from a 401k to put a down payment, and it wasn't on a down payment because they needed a car. It was a down payment because they wanted they wanted a specific type of car. You know what I'm saying? So we out here as a consumer, we pulling from assets to buy liabilities. A car is definitely a liability. A high car payment, paying a loan on a car. A car is one of the worst assets there is. Like, it's literally an A to B situation. So, um, I looked up online about some cars, right? And the average amount that people are upside down on their car, right? And upside down is what the car is valued versus what you owe, right? So if you owe 20,000 and the car is now worth 16,000, you're upside down on that car. Plus, of course, when you paying down the loan, the depreciation is probably going to depreciate faster than you paying down a loan because you got to pay interest. And depending on interest rates, probably a high interest rate. So that's what being upside down on a car is. So because the value of the car decreases as soon as you leave the lot, chances are, as soon as you pull off the lot, you are upside down on that car. So if you turn around and go back to the dealership the next day, I used to sell cars, I've done it before. Somebody came back the next day and they owed us money. They was mad because they was like, shouldn't there be a return policy? Now you got to sell it back to us. So they had to give us back the car and take money out of their pocket because they just, you know what I'm saying, they had buyer's remorse. But the average amount of upside down that people are upside down on their car loan is $6,400. See, but not Mike the money motivator. My cars are paid off. Don't get me wrong, my car is about 10 years old, but I got leather seats, my air run, I got power windows. You know what I'm saying? Like I got heated seats, my heat work, like I got everything I need in that thing. But the economy, especially the American economy, we will never fold because of us, because of Americans, because we are greedy, because we want to supersize everything, because we want the J's, we can't wear Reeboks, because we want to go on a vacation, even, you know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure if we wasn't actually locked down for the coronavirus, we would have been out here just doing us. You know what I'm saying? We're also the only country that have as many holidays as we do. It's for profit purposes, right? The Q4, which is the last quarter of the year, is the best year. Why is that? Thanksgiving, Halloween, Christmas, Black Friday. You know what I'm saying? So holidays bring in wealth to the economy. We got a lot of holidays, we got a lot of greed, we got a lot of habits. So to be real, I mean, they could keep interest rates high forever. They could keep putting them up, and our economy will still be good because of greed. We're gonna take out another credit card to, you know what I'm saying? But what you got to do is you have to out hustle inflation. You have to outbeat inflation. The president, the government, the Federal Reserve, nobody is responsible for your financial independence or your financial destination. That's on you. That's on you. And unfortunately, you know what I'm saying, for some people, you may not have a skill. You may not, you know what I'm saying, but pick one up. You know what I'm saying? Pick up a skill. Pick up a job that allows you to pick up extra shifts. Get a second job, third job. And I ain't saying do it forever. You got one life to live, but you know what I'm saying? Like, that's something that you want to take into consideration, right? All right. Well, if I, stay 10 toes down, stay in the house, work 3 years, you know what I'm saying? Take the wife on dates, but I ain't taking her to Roof Chris. You know what I'm saying? Like, stay 10 toes down for 3 years and you can change your life for a long, long period of time. You know what I'm saying? But your greed for wanting it right now, you're probably going to look for a quick money scheme. You're probably going to look for, you're probably going to give up. You're probably going to be like, okay, well, I need to go back to college, right? And 6 months in, you drop out. Now you got a larger debt. You know what I'm saying? We out here making goofy decisions and we worry about the president. Don't go to college if you ain't going to be 10 toes down and collect that big old debt. You know what I'm saying? Don't buy a house with somebody that you questionable about the relationship. You know what I'm saying? Because that big old down payment that y'all put together, say you went 50-50 with them. You know what I'm saying? You went 50-50 with them. Now they dipped on you. You know what I'm saying? You could have had that money for yourself or for a better significant other to, you know what I'm saying, put down on a house with. When, you know what I'm saying, if you know somebody all rocking funny, and most of the time we know, you know what I'm saying? Most of the time we know, but we try to ignore it. And nah, you see it moving different, you move different. Okay, this is, I'm gonna allocate this towards us. This gonna be towards paying bills and going on dates, but I'm gonna tuck a little something aside. You know what I'm saying? But y'all get way too hyped about this president stuff, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? Y'all got to think about some of the media aspect. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, the views. You know what I'm saying? The views and bro getting shot at. Like just question everything. I ain't saying somebody ain't shoot at him for real, but you know what I'm saying? You got to question everything. I don't know if that was staged. I don't know if, you know what I'm saying, if somebody got a sniper, you ideally should hit them, you know what I'm saying? But none of that is really important on what is or what's not. But it's important to question things. It's important to question why this kid that I went to school with, you know what I'm saying, why they got money and I don't. Question them. Yo, you know what I'm saying? Help me out. Give me some guidance on how to get to where you at. You know what I'm saying? I've never been a hater, so I always been cool with asking somebody, you know what I'm saying? Like, bruh, what you do to, you know what I'm saying? I remember asking somebody, you know, them rims cost like $4,000. What you do to get that? I mean, now $4,000 is like, you know, I could pull that from multiple places, but it's not it's not shameful to ask somebody else for help. You know what I'm saying? Whether you need a couch to lay on, you know what I'm saying? You go through a divorce, break up, you know what I'm saying? Parents kick you out, you want to stay on somebody's couch to stack that money. That's how you improve your economy. It don't matter what's going on in the economy. You know what I'm saying? To me, as a day trader, swing trader, if the stock market go up, I'm making money. If the stock market drop, I'm making money. If you own a gas station, if the economy is bad, you making money. If the economy is good, you making money. So when it's bad, it's not bad for everybody. But you have to decide what side you're gonna be on. Because there's always gonna be two sides. You know what I'm saying? You got the extra wealthy and your broke ass. And you know what I'm saying? You looking at them and you hating on them, but you probably ain't see them until they got wealthy because they stayed 10 toes down. Stick to the journey, stick to the goal, stop fighting over the president. Pay attention, vote according to your beliefs and all of that, but don't blame the president for the economical struggles when there's a lot more important movements to that. You know what I'm saying? You got the Federal Reserve, you got your local people that you need to vote for. You got, you know what I'm saying, stuff like coronavirus and, you know what I'm saying, unforeseen things that kind of made this economy as bad as it is. And you know what I'm saying? So get you a grind, get you a hustle. But you got to make moves on your own. The president isn't responsible for your individual financial success. That's on you. So no matter how bad it get out here, you got to have your safety blanket. You got to have your hustle. You know what I'm saying? And at that point, you voting just off of beliefs and not like, you know what I'm saying? I need you to fix the economy. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? With all honesty, I'm gonna be good no matter how the economy turns out or how or who's in office, you know what I'm saying? God willing, because I've developed certain skills, I've educated myself and paid less attention to the TV and screaming at the TV, throwing shoes at TV and all that. So I'm gonna keep it short for y'all today, man. Buy assets instead of liabilities. Don't spend a whole bunch of money on a car because a car is one of the worst assets out there. Um, and the economy is doing pretty decent if you ask me. I'm Mike the Money Motivator, man. Y'all like us, subscribe.